I just can't type anything.
You can't do it through your phone?
No, I can't through my tablet. So.
Yo, we're live.
All right. Oh, we're talking about tablets and can't figure out shit. Because we are just a bunch of fucking dickheads. That's what we are. We can't figure fucking shit out. We can't.
Fuck computers.
Anyways, dudes and dudettes out there, I know there's a few of you that are in the R.O.C fam, or the Jackolettes, if you're watching too. This is the R.O.C Hangout, and I am Tommy Barricade! You gotta bring up the level, man. You gotta bring up the hype! And I am the R.O.C ambassador, and we have a not so quite full Jacko squad tonight here, but we got a couple more spots if you guys want to jump in. There's a link on the Facebook page on the Rumble Collectors. Eddie's put it there and whatnot. And if you can't find it there, just hit up any of us and we'll send it to you. So let's do some intros. And when you're doing your intros, just kind of say what you got for the week. And I guess, Jose, you'll take that over with the intros. Let's do it.
All right. What's up, guys? First up, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up tonight. Tommy, you go first. You get anything tonight?
0. Moving on.
That was quick.
Usually the last one we get to. I want to do you first. Oh, you don't got anything. All right, no problem. Moving on. All right, we got a special guest up in the hangout tonight. Tim K, figure photography. Great. What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up? Everything good over here, man? How are you? Thanks for having me.
Good, good. I know it's late, bro. You're rolling deep over there.
Yeah.
In Germany, right?
Yeah, 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Hardcore. That's hardcore.
And up to work normally in 3 hours.
He was up. You all know he's been up anyways, watching that Bundesliga.
What's up, man? Any new hauls this week? And thanks for staying up late to join us tonight.
No halts over here. I'm pretty much set since MP36. I'm stepping out for this month, getting my shit together a little bit, money-wise, and I don't know, currently contemplating about Osco Feral Rex, like Jim Bao, or FT Sovereign. That's maybe for next.
Nice.
Currently, nothing new.
You know that we knew that you had the MP36, right? Because you had like a 7-day of Megatron, and you just scammed the shit of all the groups, man. It was kind of hard not to see it, but good job, man. There's some nice pictures you did there, man. That was awesome.
Thanks, man. Nice to hear. Yeah, I thought I had so many pictures. Normally, I do like a binge upload, but I thought on this, no, you just. I wanted to do something new, so I thought it up. I think it was a success. I got like 100 followers new, so it was cool.
Oh, nice, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Not the photos are good.
Not like 6,000 like tentacles or such, but I'm getting there slowly.
Nah, dude, the photos are great, man. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Nice and sharp.
Thanks. Much appreciated.
No problem. Moving on, we got Super
Moving
Nerd
on
JD. What's up?
To the sky.
What's up? How is everybody?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So I guess for my haul, I got a lot of stuff.
Oh, I know you got stuff coming.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming. Thank you. Polybag, U-Wing I found. I got Kid Boo, the Figurize standard. It's like the model kit. You put it together, makes an action figure.
I got to put one together for my buddy Trevor. He gave it to me because he has no patience for that shit.
Dude, I love doing them. They're so much fun.
Yeah, man, they're fun. They're a good pastime.
Yeah.
I just saw that those pieces have like real working biceps on a guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that was like a new articulation thing that they're doing for SH Figuart.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but I also got the Marvel Select 12-inch Deadpool. I found one of those. I got 2 more Angelos. I'm just gonna hoard them.
2 more.
Yeah.
It's gonna open up a brothel.
Exactly. Hell yeah. I found a bunch of the 40th anniversary, the Black Series Star Wars figures. I got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Solo, and then I got the Darth Vader, the what do you call it? The display pack or whatever. It has like the old display in it. Yeah. So I picked up a couple of each of those.
Does that
Very
Darth
cool.
Vader come on a regular card as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Like in
Yeah,
that
which is-
package or sold
Yep.
separately? All right.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it comes separate as well.
Oh.
It's inside that box, Brian.
Oh, it is?
It's a carded
Yeah.
figure inside that box.
I'm kicking myself for not
Yeah,
hunting those
thanks.
down.
You should be able to find them. I mean, I found them at Toys R Us. They probably had 10 of them.
Yeah.
And
I don't
then
know.
I
The
stopped
thrill
at a
is gone.
Target. I stopped at a Target like a day later, and they had a bunch of them there. So,
Nice.
but
We
yeah,
haven't seen them yet. Here up
No.
in Canada, we haven't seen them. No, not yet.
uh,
Not the Darth,
Um,
at least.
I also got 2 more of the Titan Return Nulls. I have like 13 of them now. I just find them
Hell
and pick them
no.
up. Yeah. Hell nah.
Army built-in.
Yeah. Of course, I got the Masterpiece Megatron. That came last week or whatever. I got the Yes Model Starscream, which is awesome. I love it. And then today I received a box from Brian Buck full of, here.
The Joes, right?
Yeah, I got a bunch of G.I. Joes.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So some old vintage shows.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
You got that there fast. Nice.
Yeah, he shipped it out whatever Friday night whenever we talked about it. So yeah,
Right, good
that's what I
stuff.
got.
That yes model Starscream. Because I know he comes with the coronation stuff. Is the
Yeah.
crown gold? Is it
Yes, yeah, it is. It's like chromed, and then it has a little bit of
Okay,
red
'cause-
paint on it.
All right, yeah, because I was thinking some of the promo pics I saw, it looked like it was the purple color, same as
Yeah.
the cape, and I was like, I don't know if I want to buy that if that's the color of the crown.
Yeah.
No,
doubt.
they chrome it, and then it has red
Nice.
paint apps on it. So
No,
it looks
That's
really
cool.
nice.
That's cool.
No, did
I'm
you?
digging the panel lining on that.
Yeah, did you
Yeah.
have an MP11 Starscream already, or?
Yeah.
But the Yes Model is the normal, right? Now the Robot Hero has the panel lines, right? Guess so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
the big one you're talking about? The
What?
oversized?
I think that was the first one that
Yes.
came out. Yeah, it was like
Oh,
an
yeah.
oversized version of it, and that had panel lining on it, from what I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for sharing.
Hell yeah.
Next up, Big Dom.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up, now?
What's up? They took our
What's up there,
jobs.
Dingleberries?
Dingleberry.
We won't get into that, but
No,
we
no,
all
no.
know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I only get called that in the bedroom.
Yeah. Dingleberries at a tea bag, right?
In a tea bag, yeah. All that fun. What did I get this week? I didn't get much. I just picked up I was able to find the 2-pack Marvel Legends Spider-Man and Vulture.
Nice.
So I got that. Saw that Walmart, Wally World. So that's all I picked up. I was able
to
to
paint on that vulture. How was it?
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
I wish there was a little bit more articulation in the wings, but other than that, it's a good set. The head sculpts are nice on the Vulture. I like it.
Nice.
So it's Marvel does. It's a good set. Like it's it's not the old classic Vulture that we all love, know and love, but
Yeah.
it's
How
good.
much did it set you back?
What was it? $40? It was like $39.99.
Ain't bad.
But, and that's it. I was able to find some more R2D2 the 40th anniversary, so I picked up a couple of those. I was able to snag them.
Nice.
So I was trying. My goal was to get 2 of the carded figures, so I could just have one open and then
Mhm.
keep one sealed.
That's exactly what I do.
So, but I'm sure everybody's going to be keeping those things sealed as a collector's item. So.
You can't close the packaging once you open it, right?
No. It's a straight up carded figure. So, unlike the other box figures where you can do that.
No, I know, but I think it'd be a smart idea if they came up with a way to do that with the card.
Yeah.
packs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
like something in the back that you can like hole punch in the back that you can rip them open from the back and then put them back in there and close them up.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe like a
That would be
sliding
cool.
mechanism.
Because those.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, that type of packaging, you always have to destroy it to get it bigger. It's a shame sometimes.
That Marvel Select Deadpool that I got, the box is not taped, so you can open it and take it out, put it back in. You never know. So, just kind of throwing that in there.
All right, cool. All right, next up, Energon Addict. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Davey boy.
It's me, motherfuckers. So
Should I call you Jose now? I heard last week's show. So I know I wasn't doing that shit.
Jose,
Yeah,
you
that
weren't
shit
here, but you were here.
I was cracking up, man. I was cracking up.
Ryan's choking over there.
I like how you caught him at the end, you know what I'm saying? Like on the outros and shit.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, for me, it's been a slow week. I've actually I got the itch. So for like 2 weeks, I probably didn't get anything Transformers. And I
told you to stay away from that girl.
There's some creams and ointments you can get from Nick.
That's part of his whole.
Yep.
So I decided to buy the KO shattered glass Optimus.
MP10.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And they did two versions. They did the one that's like primarily more with the black, and then they did the actual KO of the figure that they dropped. That's
did
power
they?
drop. Yeah.
Wow.
With the green, with the green and the white broken,
Yep.
So, but I have a story to tell about that. So I bought it off, an e-tailer on Facebook that I'd never used before, but I've heard decent reviews back on them. So I get the box when it originally comes, and it's a big oversized box. I think the thing was like 3 times the size. So I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? It's wrapped with like 20, 30 different rolls of duct tape, like 2 different colors. I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on with this thing?
What?
So I finally get it open, and it's like a box inside of a box, and I get the tray. So it's the same tray that we all accustomed to with the MP10 mold, with no figure and no fucking trailer. So I have the weapons, I have the Matrix, but I have no fucking Optimus and no fucking trailer. So I'm like, what the fuck, right? So now I'm like, I am automatically go to my phone. I email the dude, he gets back to me pretty quick. And he's like, this has never happened in 1,000, orders. I'm like, look, I'm not the type of dude to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get it. I'm just letting you know this is what I fucking got. So he's like, we'll fix it. No worries. I automatically went to my PayPal. I put a fucking, I made a case. And he tells me to take the case down. He guarantees it. I'm part of the same toy group, blah, 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 blah. All right. I took it down. He sends me tracking about a week and a half later. I got the figure. I get the figure. I open it. I'm like, yeah, it's actually here. I get him, and he has no fucking antennas. He has no ears. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, you could see through his fucking head. Like, right now I could see the screen.
Jesus Christ.
So now I'm like, all right, I'll email this guy again. I'm like, look, send them pictures.
Jesus
He's like, you got 2 duds in a row. You're the only guy in history or whatever. I'm like, dude, just give me
bullshit.
my ears, man.
I smell bullshit. Oh, boy, that stink bad, man. Where's this fucking shovel? You shoveling that shit or what? What the fuck, man?
I mean, aside from that, the figure's fucking pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty heavy. It's got die cast in the feet, and I mean, for a KO, it's fucking awesome. But I got no fucking ears, so what's the point, And then if you try to like replace it with like one of the, like if you got alternate heads, like if you ever bought them from Daka Toys when they sold them, they don't fit. The holes are too big on the KO.
Jesus.
So I have no option.
That's
so he's not sending you like a replacement part or another head?
He said he'll fix it. He said he'll get it fixed. No worries. And
So
I'm like,
what, is it eBay? Is it through a group? What's the deal?
no, it's through a group. It's through one of the groups.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty well-known seller, but
I'm gonna slide up in your DMs later and find out who that is.
Yeah.
And the bad part is I got another figure. I got another figure ordered through them, so I'm just hoping that shit comes in one piece. the first time.
Yeah.
Was it the Queen?
What's that?
Did the Queen screw you?
No, it wasn't the Queen.
On a side note, remember when we were talking about that, I think 2 Hangouts ago? And I told you, like, this guy emailed me. He's like, trust me, I'll send it. I'm like, all right, I'll wait. And guess what? A few days later, the guy had, like, perfect feedback. Like, all of a sudden, he had 30 negative feedback in one day. He had no more items up for sale, and eBay actually closed down the 2 listings that I had with him. I was like, so I need to email them and be like, hey, why did you turn these off?
Yeah.
I can't even like leave bad feedback, so I gotta email them on that.
Are you still out of money on that, Brian? Or?
I would imagine I wouldn't be, right?
Yeah, they should be giving you the money back.
Yeah. I just need to file the
case.
Open the case. Yeah.
I did that one time too, and they closed down the guy's site, and then like I had to file a case and wait 30 days. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, next up, we got Brink.
Fucking Dave, always a joker.
What's up, man? What's going on?
All right, man. What's up? I'm good. I got a couple things in. I got Dickamus MMC Roadbuster.
What are you thinking?
He looks great, but he is not worth the money.
Wish it was a little bit taller.
No, not necessarily that, but dude, the thing is, I mean, it's made well and everything, but it is. I mean, a figure like this does not command that price.
Compared to other things you've gotten that are cheaper, right?
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap or anything. It's just, I mean, the parts count is obviously very minimal, and the fact that these damn shoulders you can barely like move them to pose them. What? Stupid. I mean, these guys are smart enough to figure out something else. But I mean, you can get it to work. You can fake it till you make it. Shout out Bobby Skullface. But anyway, yeah, there's that, and I got this G Creations Optimus, which is finally tabbed together and looking good. After watching a review, but it's a good figure. Except one of the things that really sucks is that it can't roll because the way they got these wheels pinned in. So, dude, a truck that don't roll, I mean, the truck looks great. What the fuck? It doesn't roll.
So those wheels don't turn? They can't turn at all?
You can push it backwards, but if you try to push it forward, it just the wheels get all jammed up.
Doesn't roll.
Dude,
Autobots, transform and stay there.
No, it's just Autobots, roll.
And I love to roll my figures around. You know?
That's awesome.
I mean, I got hardwood floors for a reason.
Would get along.
I mean,
you and Deluxe would get along.
That's right. Anyway, other than that, he looks good. So, yeah.
How do you think about him with all the moving parts and stuff like that? Like any fear of like breakage, like when handling them?
I don't know if I'm gonna feel
anything that scares you.
The shoulder joints, like the stuff on the inside that everything's kind of attached to, all the panels are attached to, are like this soft kind of plastic. So it feels dangerous, but I think you'll be fine. It's just really, I mean, the people that designed this, I don't know if I should give them a pat on the back or I don't know, a kick in the nuts. it's like I don't know if it really needed to be that complicated, but considering that they pulled off the look, I mean that real stylized look from IDW,
yeah, it looks
in the early series. I mean, it was pretty impressive. Yeah,
that truck mode looks excellent, seamless, almost like solid.
Yep, it's nice. It looks good with the Prime's MP10 trailer too. So that's cool. So now we'll see what in store for Generation Toys, and they release theirs. See how that goes.
All right, cool. That was it.
That's it.
All right, cool. Well, I got a bunch of stuff. I had a pretty good week. I got the rest of my Lions for the Voltron Legendary Defender.
Nice.
Kind of disappointed with those, like overall, like, you know, even though I had seen it before, like they just feel real play schoolish. You know, like cool to have the lines that combine in the new look, but it just, you know, it just didn't really feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like overall.
So says the man who displays it right next to his Sola Chogokin Voltron, right?
Actually, I got it over there. I didn't even put the green arm in yet. I got still finish putting it together.
I'm just saying, if
Yeah.
I mean,
And then,
after you had that other one, I mean, shoot.
yeah, exactly. It just, and I'm not trying to compare the two at all, like, but I kind of just thought it would be more, a little bit more.
Some of them
and then I got
shoddy as hell.
I mean, you know, it's solid, I guess, you know, for the lens being $20 and the main line being $30, it is pretty big, you know, so it does have that kind of like presence, you know. I just wish it had a little bit more like articulation, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. I like the fact that it comes with like those bigger weapons that you could attach to the lines and stuff like that. So the playability is there for those that dig that stuff, you know. And I picked up a bunch of fig arts at the Tamashi World Tour over the weekend that they held in the city. So I picked up Ryu and Chun-Li. I got the WWE fig arts, Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H. And I got those body like exclusives. They call them, what is this? The Body Kun, the Body Chen, which is the male and the female with a bunch of like accessories and stuff.
And you got those those are the World Tour exclusive ones, not the plain ones?
Yeah, the World Tour exclusive. So they got the branding on them, and they're kind of like that bluish gray.
Yeah.
Like color, like really cool looking color scheme.
I was even tempted to hit you up for those. Those look nice.
Yeah, man, really nice. So
how's that Triple H? Or it's pretty dead on.
Dude, like it's my least favorite actually.
Really, eh?
It's not too bad. Like it has the accessories, but I just think like his hairline like looks really weird. You could, you know, switch out the faces and stuff because he's got the different expressions. But it's just you know, the cutoff, like where his hairline is, it just looks weird. That's like really like the only thing that bothers me. The exposed joints and stuff too don't really look like that great, you know what I'm saying? But it is an action figure, like, you know, with all the poses and stuff you can get out of it. I'm not gonna really complain about that. So cool, man. It's really posable. You can do all the finishing moves and stuff like that and reenact all that. So I gotta find I think they sell the like the corners of like the ring as Tamashi stages and stuff like that. So I gotta look for that because I definitely want to put. Cool.
Nice. Can't wait to see that.
Sweet. Yeah, man. I got into like kind of like taking the pictures again now that I got the new phone and stuff. It's taking, you know, it's a lot easier to take some photos. I got some space for a setup, so you're just gonna start seeing some photos out of me very soon.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
That's everybody for the intros?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
that took a while, but we got through it. All right, so we're gonna have some topics today. We got a lot of topics, but we're not gonna get through them all, but we're gonna like pick and choose here. So Jose put a little list together on here. So anyways, the first one here is kind of segues to what Brian was just talking about. The first one, talking about prices there. So is there a price out there that you personally deem as way too much to pay for an action figure? Ryan's already answered.
You know, that's a hard question, even with my little gripe that I just had with this one, because sometimes I think it's just like what you feel you're getting for that price. Because we have a lot of comparisons we can do now, right? Whereas, like, if you're speaking third party, right? Remember, third party was just always sort of expensive. And I think, you know, after a while, I think you just get kind of punch drunk to it, or you just like accept it. But I mean, we all have so much experience with all the different companies and the different materials now. It's almost like you can kind of gauge for yourself what you think the price should be. It's a shame Russ isn't on here because I'm sure he would have a mouthful of things to say, you know, for that topic. But I mean, the one thing I'm still just gonna I'm sure someone's going to mention it tonight, but is that $179.99 for that MP11 mold?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one that just really sticks out as a big example of things being kind of overpriced.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the S models.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yes.
Except I did get lucky and got Hasbro Starscream when he dropped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it funny?
I think
like
it's
how
an
people-
interesting question because it's like, because it's like, okay, what price is too much? So in the case of that Seeker, the $179.99 or whatever that thing costs, you kind of already know what to expect out of that mold, and you know there's not really like any improvement, so you don't really want to pay that much for something like that. But Megatron, this MP36 retails for $225 or whatever it is, and you know people are forking over their dough for no problem, you know, because the perception is that you're going to get a better quality product. So take that like into account. Does that factor in for you guys? Like the quality of the figure you're going to get compared to the price you're going to pay?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know I already went, but let me just chime in. Sorry, but so that's
Damn,
Kara.
Brian.
So I'm just gonna make a quick point here too, and it's about the character that you're buying, right? Sorry, but like, so for instance, that Megatron 220 or 230 almost, right? Original Takara MP10 was what, 2 something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember back in the day, I was like, just take my money, I don't care, right? And so that's because I, of course, love to collect primes. But so I think maybe the character has something to do with it too.
has a lot to do with
Yeah.
it. Has a lot to do with the character.
I think there's a lot of factors to it, but yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll let you guys go. Sorry.
I'm gonna jump right off of what Brian was saying about that MP11 mold, because he's saying 179. I remember paying 219 for fucking Skywarp and Thundercracker.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You know, like I have both of those motherfuckers. And now we have the KOs that are, you know, essentially made better for a third of the price, and it's just like makes you think, like, man, maybe maybe we should calm down and just wait, you know. Like, I didn't know that at the beginning. I know that I learned that, but man, if I was to pay that money again, I don't think I could afford like collecting today. You know, like you get older, your priorities change. You know, fucking, I have a kid now, and I'd be taking food out of her mouth if I fucking did what I did 4 years ago, paying fucking $200-$300 a figure. And I've overpaid for things, like, you know, things that you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
And
Imagine like you're at like play dates with your daughter, and the other parent's like, "Wow, your daughter's in such good shape." Like, how'd that work? I was like, "Oh, my daddy's a toy collector."
he doesn't feed me.
Action figures.
Yeah. I mean, and then sometimes you get a break, like that Perfect Effect Warden, right? I bought that from Mickey, and I love that thing. I think that figure is awesome, you know. And I didn't pay retail for it; I paid under retail for it, and I'm happy with it. So, I mean, it's like hit or miss, really. You know, like
You win some, lose some like that game.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get, or you know what's gonna come out that's better.
It's like a box of chocolates, right?
I'm saying though, but like the question is though, like, okay, so let's say like, what about like in one shot? Like, how much would you pay like in one shot for something? You know? Like, what do you think would be like too much? Like, do you think that price, like that $230 for that Megatron, is something like that too high? Like $250, like $275 for like a figure like that? Let's say. Like, do you think like that's too much? Like, would you ever go that high? Inflation and all that shit.
I paid $230 for Megatron because of my reward points. I would have to pay originally $250, but I mean, I have another side. I have at 209 for Robocop for Hot Toys. That's $400. So that's a big one too, and that was pretty much a one shot.
How do you feel like with that purchase?
This year, like in 18-inch, this is a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely the character question again.
Yeah, yeah. So because your love of that character, like you love RoboCop, so like to drop 400 on a piece like that was fine, like no problem at all.
No, it was not fun.
not that it was easy to spend the 400, but I mean like you were okay with the notion of spending that much because of your attachment to the character.
Yeah, I would say I lost several millimeters on my teeth for grinding, but it was at the end of the
Yeah, I know that's not an easy bill to pay, man. Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
No,
that's I mean, other thing is when you think about Hot Toys is dropping Hulkbuster in summer, that's like 22. No, that's like, oh man, how much is that? That is, in the end, it will be like 55 centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
And this will cost 900.
You got to tell me what that is in inches, though, because I don't know that metric shit.
I think that it's like 24 or something.
2 feet?
2 feet. Wow. 2 feet.
I guess.
Freedom inches. Oh, it's funny shit, man.
So
That's why every time you guys ask me, how cold is it in Canada? I always converted it ahead of time for you guys to make it easier for you, so you understand in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's like 22. It's like 22-inch, and it has the production on this is now starting because they had to overhaul it all with metal joints now, and you can fit a full-size Iron Man figure inside it.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
Like,
Wow.
normally just a Mark 42 bust, and it is delivered with that bust, but you can take out the bust and put in a full Mark 42.
Wow.
Retractable helmet and all shit. But I actually dropped my PO. That was too much. I wanted to have him, but I dropped my PO. That was I love that scene in the movie, but no, that was no in the end.
See, so I have a similar example to that too. Like when the Fig Arts pre-order went up for the Hulkbuster armor, that thing was like 400 and some change, I think. You know, like when it went up for sale, and I was like, and I collected the Fig Arts. I was all in on those, but I was like, man, I can't on that. You know, especially knowing, you know, it's gonna be bigger than their normal stuff, but you know the size of Fig Arts, like, you know, stuff. It's not huge. And I was like, man, that's too much for something like that. Like, even though you know it's going to be quality, I couldn't do it, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it all depends on the character. If I love the character, I don't care. I'll pay. You know, like the Megatron. I now have what 3 different renditions of Megatron. I'll pay it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with it.
I mean, Devastator Combiner Wars 18 inches for $200. That's a steal if you ask me. So that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and then for the third-party stuff, you know, we're paying $100 per limb for stuff, so you know what that's coming out to in the end. You know, but I think it's just easier because that's a slow roll, you know. But imagine trying to do that in one shot. Like now, the new Constructor box set came out, and that's almost 5 bills right off the top in one shot, you know?
Yeah.
And most people justify that. You know, you're definitely getting the discount compared to the slow roll, but it's still a lot to put out there in one.
I mean, while I put out Devastator, I mean, that would be interesting to see if MP Devastator should turn up, what he will come. I mean, there are rumors out of Masterpiece Devastator.
There certainly are.
Hopefully, eventually. Anybody else? Don, what's up? Got anything to say?
You know, I agree. Sometimes third party, the prices are all over the place. It's not consistent. Like I agree with Brian on MMC. Like for now, like right now, the Dickimus is like 110, but then we can get that Megatron for 120.
Yep.
You know, it's like you can get that. The Megatron's a little bit bigger, probably got more accessories, more parts, and at the end of the day, you're only spending $10 more. Yeah,
you know, one of the things too when it comes to the characters, like, do you think? I mean, some of us were collecting some of this line to complete it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like complete the arc bots, right? Complete season 1, blah blah blah, right? And we're getting down to the bottom of the barrel with some of these characters we really just don't care about. So maybe that's why we're getting a little more, antsy on these prices. Just like, God damn it, I want to be done already. Oh, all right, fine.
And I'm sure they'll take advantage of that, knowing that there's completists out there, and they need that last figure, and let's jack it up another $10-15, and
they know that.
any better.
Well, because they're the collectors themselves that are thinking that way. Always some of these guys too, right? So.
Yeah, and they use that word exclusive or platinum.
Yeah. Whoever,
at the end of the day, it's like, I love it how Hasbro puts out platinum figures and charges like ridiculous amounts of money, and at the end of the day, they're nothing better or from the original, just a little bit more paint.
Dude, what if Cliff Jumper is the last one they make, and they charge like $300 for them?
Yeah.
Just be like, there it is, it's your last one. Fork it over. It's like, no.
Looks like I'm going with Ace Toys.
Duck lips.
I would like to see third party do more of Hasbro has the size classes, so what you're getting at those size, what prices the sizes are at.
Yeah.
I know third parties all over the place with regards to their size classes and stuff, but if they can come consistent with what a size that the character is going to be dictates the price, but I know that's not going to happen because they're all over the place. So with that being all over the place, they can dictate whatever price they want to put it at.
Yeah.
But I think with with a character like Megatron, Soundwave, the big hitters, I think with me, I'll spend whatever I want to spend to get that figure.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. I would have no problem.
That's how I look at it. Same thing. It has to do with the character as well, right? So if the character is prominent and it was played a good part in the Transformers stories and on the shows and stuff like that, then you have to just get that character, because some people only collect those characters as well, right?
Yep.
It's their go-to character.
Prime.
Like Brian's he's a Prime guy.
Yep.
Brian's all about Prime, man.
Yeah.
So.
But Prime.
But even still, I have to pace myself this year. There's so many coming out.
There's so many, yeah.
And
unfortunately,
I think we're all getting comfortable with taking that wait and see approach too.
Yeah.
Hey Brian.
Sorry, Dom, I didn't mean to rock roll you, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, and I feel bad for Brian because at the end of the day, he is a popular character. They make a lot of those figures. They tend to ask, the highest price for those figures. So.
Right. Hey, Brian, are you still collecting the Hasbro ones that are coming out or no?
Yeah, man. I got the. Yeah, I still got to pick up that crappy Voyager one, but I'll wait for TFCon. Hopefully, he'll be there.
Yeah, I saw that one at the last NJCC along with the Megatron, and I was collecting the line, but I passed for some reason. I was just like, whatever. I'll get these whenever.
Good thing you did. I posted a video of them. They are floppy as hell.
Flippity flop.
The Megatron, because that's the triple changer. That's the Blitzwing mold.
Yeah.
The wings don't stay tabbed together, and parts of it just keep popping apart. So, I'm kind of hesitant about even getting the Blitzwing now.
Was that you that posted that? It was a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
I remember that video. Yeah.
And that sucks. I think I'm just gonna start waiting for the Takara versions. Even though you gotta wait longer, you're gonna get the better paint and and probably a better quality product overall.
See, I'm a sucker. I want
paint. You're getting paint.
You're getting paint.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting paint.
But yeah, I'm a sucker. I like having different renditions of all my characters, so that's what sucks me in.
Yeah, and I'm impatient too, so that's what makes me I'm not gonna touch it, but if I see it in front of me, I'll probably fucking grab it. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
You guys want to move on to another topic?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Nation's 10th anniversary world tour discussion. Let's discuss that. And hey, Jose, you were there, right? Is that where you were?
Yes,
So how was
sir. I'll
that?
talk about that
Yeah.
a little bit. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I'll give you guys like some background, like, and for anybody that's listening, if they don't know like what Tamashii Nations is, it's basically like just like a collection of different brands from Bandai. You know what I'm saying? Bandai is a huge toy maker here and in Japan. And all the brands are basically made up of very like high quality figures. And Tamashii means like soul and spirit. My little wiki research today, you know what I'm saying? So usually, like, so basically the name Tamashii said meaning soul and spirit comes from the figure makers pouring their hearts and soul like into the product. And I think you could definitely see that, like anybody that collects fig arts or anything like that, like these products are like super high quality. You know, like I don't think the American market like comes anywhere close to like touching like the kind of action figures you get from Japan and what these guys put out, you know. So some of the brands are like SH Fig Arts, you got Monster Arts, Fig Art Zero, DR's Robot Spirits, the Chigoken line, which is like all the mecha, different Japanese mecha from Japan, and different scales too, you know, with the Super Robot Chigoken line, which is like a little bit smaller, Soul of Chigoken line, which is a little bit more upscaled. You have Super Imaginative Chigoken, which is kind of, they do a lot of Kamen Rider figures and they're a little bit more exaggerated. Have a little bit more of a artistic take on those figures, kind of like what the Play Arts Kai figures are doing, like with their variant line, very similar. The World Tour is their 10th anniversary, so you know, the line started 10 years ago, and they did a World Tour which kicked off in Brazil last December. They stopped off in Hong Kong in February. They just wrapped up in New York this past weekend, and the next stop is in Japan at the end of May on the 27th and 28th, and then they're going to be hitting Mexico City, Mexico on June 10th and 11th. So, you know, anybody that's in those cities, anybody in Mexico, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, awesome event to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, this was the only city they hit in the U.S. You know, so I was fortunate, you know, I live here, I was able to attend. But I know like a lot of people all over, James, you know, especially Dan on the West Coast, they love all the fig art stuff and the Dragon Ball Z stuff that these guys put out, and they would have loved to be there at that event. So, you know, I try to take as many pictures as I can just to hit those guys off and try to give everybody the feel like if they were there, you know.
It's cool. It's cool that was a free event too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's free to the public. So, you know, Grand Central Station is basically like a hub, a transportation hub here in Midtown. And, you know, you can catch the train there, Metro North, like, you know, Long Island Railroad, all that type of shit. But it's also like, which they have like a lot of retail stores and a lot of retail space, restaurants and places you can eat and stuff like that. So they basically just rented out a part of the hall. It's called the Vanderbilt Hall. And dude, they decked it out. They had the dragon hanging from the rafters. They put up like all their booths, you know what I'm saying? So if you've ever been to like Comic-Con or anything like that, and you've seen like how, you know, these people set up their stands with the figures and the booths and everything, it was very similar setup like that. And but basically like just all of their products from like all of their brands, like straight across Sailor Moon, all the DC and Marvel stuff that's coming out and that's available now. Star Wars, they had like those samurai inspired figures like of like Iron Man and Spider-Man, and the Star Wars stuff also looked really cool. The Chigoken stuff they had on display, and they even had like a table with some of the figures like out there, so you could just go up and mess with them and check them out, you know, which is really awesome. You know, they had like a life-sized Goku, you know what I'm saying, like in the Kamehameha pose. Really cool. So if anybody wants to check out the pictures, they're posted in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group, and I posted some pictures up on Instagram and stuff like that. And shout out to Jane, you know. Shout out to Victory Saber 77. Like I hit him up with some photos, and he had a nice little feature on the show on the last episode of Plastic Fanatics on Saturday. So definitely check that out too.
Hey, how tall?
You know, it was a really good time.
How tall is Goku in real life?
Yeah, I know. I say life size. I don't know. He's pretty big, man. He's pretty big. He's like my height, maybe a little bit bigger.
Jose, I know it was a free show. Was the turnout like crazy because it was free, or was it more low key?
You know what? It was pretty, like the main day that I was there was Saturday. I went both days, but I spent the most time there on Saturday. And it was pretty crowded, you know what I'm saying? Like they were selling exclusives, and that's what really like brought the people out. You know, they were selling a Kaioken Goku figure, which is like going for over $300 on eBay. So the line was just ridiculous for that. I was trying to grab the exclusives for the guys. You know, Harvey, _Den, and Jessica did want those Gokus. And I was trying, and you know, I was able to pick up these
Wait, did you say
the body figures that I got.
Just wanted one?
Yeah, that's different.
It wasn't very those.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I know. And he asked me, I was like, "Yeah, for real? You collect DBZ?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "No, it's for a friend of mine."
He was gonna sell it. He was gonna sell it to Dan for $300.
Probably, who knows? You know, but yo, dude, the line for that, like, I got there pretty much when that place opened, and I should have known better, just knowing, you know, the exclusives that were on sale. When I got there, that line was basically from inside. From the booth all the way like outside the terminal, and it basically like wrapped around the block. And those Manhattan blocks are long, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like I would have been on the line. It was a 4-hour wait to get to the counter, you know what I'm saying? So, by the time I would have gotten to the counter, those Gokus were sold out, you know. But I was able to get the other exclusives for myself and for Pinkerton. Shout out to him. You know, he wanted some stuff.
It must have just reeked of sweat and Doritos, eh?
Dude, it was a hot day in the city, wasn't it? That day?
It was hot. Yeah, it was really hot. But you know what? Inside that place, very, you know, very nicely air conditioned and stuff like that. So it actually wasn't that bad. Hall is very big and it's open, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're like in a closed-in space. So it was cool, man. It was good. They had everything, like the wrestlers, like I said, Sailor Moon, Naruto, the Monster Arts, like just seeing all those figures on display, and the Dragon Ball Z display like had a nice little diorama with a mountain and everything. Like it was just very impressive to see, and even to see like just the casuals walking by, because you're right there in the hall, so you're just seeing people walking by going about their day, and you could just see like how impressed they were when they would just turn and just see what was going on, and a bunch of them just like walked in, you know what I'm saying? And I saw a bunch of like the parents bringing their kids and stuff like that, and I thought that was awesome, because I'm like, you know what, like these kids, they don't really know what this stuff is. This is like this high-end collectible stuff. So you know, when the parents were bringing them in and they were checking it out and they thought it was cool, like that shit made me smile, man. I really love that.
But they know about like Vegeta.
I'm jealous.
Vegito and the whatever.
Oh well, yeah, with the Dragon Ball Z, yeah, they're gonna know who the characters were. But I'm sure they were blown away by figures. They I know they were looking at those figures like, Mom, like these, they don't have these in Toys R Us, you know. And those counters were busy, man. Like, so I questioned before. I was like, man, like for them to do these events, like, do they really like rack up? And like, they do. Like, some of the Chogokin stuff was marked up. I heard because of like the import fees or whatever it costs, like for them to bring the stuff in, which is, you know, whatever the cost of doing business. So some of that stuff was marked up, but the other fig arts that were on sale were basically, you know, what you would get for retail price. The only thing that sucked was, you know, you had to pay tax and stuff on the figures. So boo to that.
Wait, is it Grand Central duty free? No.
No.
he said duty.
No, that's the airport.
That's the airport. JFK.
Yeah, so, you know, once again, like if you guys want to see the pics, man, they're out there in the Rumble Collectors Facebook group, so check them out.
Thanks for sharing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right.
I'm jealous.
So so we're gonna move on, and we got a section here that we're gonna call Ask the Panel. Just kidding. Fucking around. So we have some guys in the community that ask questions and stuff like that. Brian B asked a question. We kind of touched base on that. You know, with the prices and stuff like that on third party and Masterpiece and stuff like that. And we're gonna get the question from Rudy M. Rudy M says, "What's up, Jackal Squad? I hope you guys are well." Thanks, Rudy, for asking. We're doing good. How are you doing? He asks, how often do you guys clean your? Oh God, here we go.
Oh.
How often do you guys clean your collection, and what do you use, or do you say fuck it?
I like that.
I think across the board, we've all said that at one time, right? Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. He says, I try to do it as often as I can. He uses Swiffer sheets, dusters, and bristles on his figures and Windex on his glass displays. So what do you guys do for that? Oh my God. Stressful time, man. It's a stressful time. Let's go across the board. So, Tim.
Yeah.
Mr. Germany. Bundesliga. Let's go.
Bundesliga, motherfucker.
That's right.
Mainly I'm using microfabric tissues or Swiffer too. That works good. Works in the space between the figures. That's cool. I use tissues.
Yeah, one of these right here. Swiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Cool.
Swiffer looks pretty gay, but works. What gives? So yeah, that, and I used towels and glass cleaner too, but only for the shelves themselves, and brushes like way back. But this stuff scratches the chrome and stuff. That shit. So I turned to Swiffer. That's great. No scratching whatsoever, and I'm doing it. I don't know, like once a month. I'm pretty good with dust.
Wow.
I didn't know you were that close with Eddie. It's pretty good with dust. All right. Dave,
so
you're next. Okay, let's just move on with that. Okay. Dave, you're next.
Well, I'll make it easy for you, man. All my shit's in boxes still, so we all know that. So them shits are not dirty. If they're dirty, it's only because I forgot to wipe my face with some pizza sauce or something. But other than that, they're all pristine in box. So I'm not there yet. I'm not cleaning any figs yet.
Are you close to getting there? Or?
Nowhere near close, bro.
Oh, okay.
So I basically have to make room in order just to get the stuff out of that room. So we're working on the attic right now to put everything in the attic in order for us to work on the main room. So it's a project.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Next up, Mr. Big Dome.
I use ShamWow. My ShamWow.
That guy's awesome, man. You have a sticky too, or what?
Yeah, sticky too. I just a Swiffer, and then like whenever like I barely clean. Like I try to do as much as I possibly can, and whatever I have time. If I do have time, then I'll start cleaning and stuff like that. But usually just a Swiffer cloth, or just basically clean out the racks and stuff like that. But that's about it. Nothing too crazy.
All right. Jose, what do you do with your collections?
All right. Well, let me just put it this way. I'm about due for a cleaning, right? You can see the shelf. That's just the one shelf I got up there that I display my figures on. So it's not much. I actually use a gauze pad from work. You know what I'm saying? Like any kind of the dust and all that just clings right to it, comes right off the figures. So it kind of works as a Swiffer that way. Just wiping down the shelves, just setting your regular polish and wipe.
Plus, you'll never run out of that shit. You get it for free, practically.
Yeah, but it's used. It's got blood on it and stuff.
I got access to fresh gauze.
Fresh gauze.
All right.
Jose's going around in the hospital. You finished with that? You finished with that?
Got toys to clean.
JD, you're next up. You're next.
Cool. Yeah, I actually cleaned everything yesterday. I use Swiffer, but it's every few months. You know what I mean? It doesn't get too bad. And for the little tiny crevices, I use a paintbrush.
Yeah.
So
fancy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bristles are good for that.
Oh, yeah.
Those little small corners
Yeah, nice little nylon brush.
won't damage your fingers.
I don't know if
Right.
you guys do this, but when you want the job done fast, I usually take my leaf blower out and just give it a couple swirls.
Yeah, that's usually another good way. They just say get a can of compressed air and just
Compressed
Yeah.
air, yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't leave your fingers by the window and let the wind fucking blow off the dust, because that doesn't work out so good. Shout out to Ace on that one.
Shout out to Ace. I was about to say.
You got that natural air. Natural air. You know, is that natural air?
Win. Pull my finger off the shelf.
All right. Brinkalizer.
Well, I store my stuff in boxes and totes too, so I don't really have to worry about that.
Perfect.
I have one figure that gets dust on it because he never gets put away, and that's MP01. So I have to dust them off every once in a while. But
Big lug.
yeah. But I tell you, man, I'm starting to get worried. So when I start putting this display up, you know, I'm looking to not go DTOFs, right? I'm like, oh crap. I think I might keep the door to that room closed all the time, shut off the register for the HVAC, so that nothing ever circulates in there.
Get one of those sharper image, the air purifiers. And
Yeah.
Bubble.
It'd be all set.
Do those work? Didn't they
Yeah.
Didn't they discontinue those? Weren't they like making people sick or something? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I heard something about it.
I had them years ago. They were like magnetically charged, and they, you know, just pulled all the dust out of the air, and you just wiped the thing off. That was it.
All right, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yo, Tommy,
That's from-
Mr. Detoff himself. How do you?
Oh, Jesus. Man, it's a stressful time sometimes, because I'm telling you, man. But I use I use the Swiffer. Like I was showing you guys when I held it up there. I got the Swiffer. I use those little brushes that women used to put their blush on. You know what I mean? I use that on figures and whatnot. I do that.
So like nerds like us are like going to like pharmacies and stuff, buying clear
beauty.
nail polish and mascara brushes. Like, sir, what are you doing? I don't know what to tell you.
I think he's a cross dresser.
Do I tell them that I'm a crossdresser, or that I collect toys? Oh no!
I wouldn't go. I
Let
wouldn't
them
go
use
buy
their
one.
imagination.
Hey, I don't go into the stores to buy one of those things. Sometimes I have weekend, late night visits, and sometimes they leave products behind. I'll just take it.
Yeah.
There we go. So,
I think I was talking to Dust once. I think he's still using clear nail polish from like his ex-wife from like 5 years ago or something like that.
yeah, I think he is. Yeah, so I use those things. Let's see what else. Compressed air on some of them. The figures that are like they're heavy, they got the die cast in it. I'll compress air and it just comes like right off. But when you got into those Hasbro figures, those the waffling and stuff like that, that just blow right over, right? So
There's like spider webs in the
and then
waffles.
for my cases, yeah, spider webs and the spiders with eggs up in there and shit. So I got the one wooden shelf that I have here, and I just use my Windex and some paper towels on that, whatever. For my details, I use a squeegee, like when you're doing the windows and stuff like that. So I got a sponge, and I use kind of warm water, and I just kind of wipe it, and then I just squeegee it. It's done like in one detail. You can do a whole detail in like a minute and a half. So I do that, and that's about it for mine. But it's a pain in the ass, man. I'm telling you, man. Like to keep the upkeep on this. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, why did I have to have such a dynamic display? Sometimes I wish I didn't go that far, but I mean, it's a lot of work, and if you take pride in your collection, you're gonna do it anyways, right? So
Yeah.
so that's what I do.
And dude, it is a badass display. It's just like Dom was saying last week, like how he said if he had like a display like that, you could just kind of sit back and just relax for like an hour. You pop a beer, have a drink, and enjoy your collection. Just enjoy looking at your collection. I know I enjoy doing that, and I just got a bullshit little shelf right there above my entertainment unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that shit one figure at a time is not fun.
So, and I like, your setup with the detox, and then you got your TV there in the middle. Like, that shit is dope, man. I'd be there, like, just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
It's enjoyable, man. It's a great way to, like, enjoy your collection. So it's worth, the hardship of, whatever bullshit you got to go through to clean it.
Totally is,
Yeah.
man. You have a hard day at work. And it's bullshit. You just come home. As soon as I open up the door, I walk in. I'm okay now. I'm good.
It's my Zen state. It's my place of Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks Rudy M for that question.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go on another question here. Let's see here. Cecil. We'll do the Cecil question. Cecil W asks, would the 40th anniversary Star Wars be collected if it was just upscaled 3/4-inch vintage figures?
I would.
I don't know. I'm sure there'd be a market for that, but I wouldn't be interested. So I'm out on that.
Yeah. There's Star Wars collectors are hardcore, man. Those are some crazy dudes. Almost as crazy as us Transformers people, I think.
Yeah. I used to buy everything and anything I could find.
Yep.
Would you be happy though if it was like, because he's saying vintage figures, so would you be happy if it was like those old school, like late 70s 80s molds, just upscaled, to a bigger size?
I'd buy them. Yeah, I'd buy them.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people
I mean,
would.
as long as if they still did like the the normal Black Series, I mean, I'd be a happy boy. And I get the best of both worlds there,
Yeah. I do like that scale with Star Wars a lot better. That 6-inch scale much better than the 3 3/4.
Yeah, I don't buy much of the 3 3/4. There's only specific characters I'll buy anymore. I really don't mess with it that much anymore, though. Just the Black Series that pretty much has all my attention.
I think it's got a lot of people's attention.
Oh yeah,
it was something that we all wanted from back in the day, and now we're getting it, right? So and we have jobs and money to pay for it. That goes a long way right there, man. That's why we're such big kids, right?
Yeah, that's why I'll never be out, because I remember being a kid and like my dad like shutting me down on an action figure, and I'm like, man, I can't wait till I'm older and I make money and I'm just gonna buy what I want.
Hell yeah!
You don't love me.
Oh man,
exactly, man. It's one, I go get it.
I remember one time I was at a Toys R Us and a kid wanted a toy and his mother was just denying him left and right, just denying him, and I'm standing there and I'm like, listen. And then he looks over to me and he sees I have like a pile of toys in my hand. And he looks at me.
You should have winked at him and been like, "Don't worry, kid. It gets
no. That's what he looks at me, and I looked at him and I'm like, listen, do good in school, get a good job, and you can buy all the toys you want.
Your day will come, little man.
And he's like, he looks back at his mom. He's like, let's go. It was great. It was so funny.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Great message for the children too, man. For real. And it's true. It's fucking true.
It's true, man. It's true.
Yeah, that's right, man. All right. So, well, I guess we can decide then across the board that there is a niche for people that collect the 3 3/4 inch, right? So I'm pretty sure that guys would be jumping all over that, especially the hardcore guys, right? So
it's Star Wars, like it's what is it going to be a movie out every year for the next 6 years? So it's like Star Wars is back with back in full form. So anything Star Wars coming out these days is very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah, they actually had a Shigokin Millennium Falcon that show too.
Now that was 3 3. What is that, Jose? Is that just a model of the ship, or like do the Figuarts dudes sit in there? What's the deal with that Millennium Falcon?
Well, they didn't actually. They didn't have like an actual like model of it like yet. They just had the image, kind of like the blueprint, I guess you could say, like on the screen, and it said Shigokin like on it. So like I'm assuming that it's gonna be put out soon, or maybe like a Solo Chogokin, or I think they're calling those the Star Wars that are being released from that line DX Chogokin, which they had C3PO and R2 models there. They look really good. They look just, bigger scale, perfect as far as like the look of them and stuff. I didn't really touch them too much, to check the articulation, but it looked really good and they were really pricey. Like the R2 was like $300 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Tim, your twin just dropped out.
Expensive.
That's like 2 Tims.
See, double.
No, the other one.
Have you-
The other one just a clone. That's gone now. I'm the real one.
That was his time remnant.
This is KO Tim.
Got my own life toy.
Have you guys seen like pictures of people who like will encase a like Millennium Falcon toy in glass and make it a coffee table and stuff like that? That's
Yeah,
I have
that,
seen
yeah.
that.
that's wild stuff. Like I could see that
And
happening.
seeing that blueprint got me excited, man. Like just,
Yeah.
I think like I would go in Millennium Falcon, made through Chogokin, because you just know the quality is gonna be there. It's gonna be pricey, but it's gonna look
Yeah,
good.
I was gonna say, take my money.
Take my money.
I'm in.
Take the money and run. Woo-hoo-hoo. Take money and run. All right. Hey, we got a question here from Tim K. Tim K, how you even have a question here?
Look
in
at
the
that.
panel? What's
He's
going on?
pulling double duty.
Yes, triple duty, man. You had KO Tim, now we got real Tim, now we got a question from Tim. So which Tim is this one?
That's my past self. That's the time remnant.
Do you remember your question, Tim?
There are stuff in the bag. Help me, Tommy.
You're talking about do you guys think hashtag should outsource Transformers more, and if so, also transforming them, and not only is it a non-transforming capacity? So go on with that. Explain.
Well, that's I think what he means like by that is usually when you see like other companies put out Transformers, they don't transform. Like the transforming gimmick itself, I think
Licensed
Hasbro and Takara are like very like protective of. So when other companies put out Transformer figures, they never transform.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always a statue or a giant figure, like a giant action master or whatever.
Unless it's a pen, then it's okay.
Oh. I think that would be cool, man. Like, I think, it's like what we're getting with third party. Look at all these companies, with their own designers, putting their own spin on these characters, and we're getting all different types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would just be interesting, like for that to be done on an official level. Like, imagine if that was done like on an official level. Like, will it be better? Will it be worse? I definitely think.
Yeah, I especially I had that thought because of the Hot Toys did an Optimus Prime last year in 12-inch with the Starscream version. And I imagine, the Hot Toys paint apps, and it would be transformable into a G1 truck mode. Yep. That would be cool. In my book.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Brian, like you got that big, like 18-inch Optimus Prime that came out recently, right?
Yeah, he's great.
So you're down for that, like a company like that that's put out an 18-inch version of that character, and like you said, he's great. You know what I'm saying? So then you're for, Hasbro outsourcing the Transformers property.
Sure, but I don't really care because we got third party and KO. So they're doing fine. It seems.
Huge. Damn, that thing's big, man.
They sure are.
So I mean, in the past, I probably would have, really liked it, but dude, we're wrapping this thing up, man. So I'm starting to not have much of an opinion. So I'm not the best to answer that question. I know there's other people that aren't as far along as we are, right? In this collecting game. So
I think with Transformers, it's like I said, like the third party. This line, I think this toy line is the only type of toy line that has a third party so aggressive like that we have. So it's I think Hasbro is taking the step that like I'm not going to do it because we already have these third parties fulfilling that void, and what kind of money are we going to be making anyway? Licensing it out and getting official people doing official transformers that transform, because the third party has already got that covered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel it's like it's a mute point to them. They'll just keep doing licensing with products that do statues and stuff like that. And you know, if we want to see or go to a market that has other transformers that transform, we'll go to the third party and just buy our toys there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hashtag's already getting there. You know what I mean? They're offering the licensing, or they're allowing the licensing to go on, so they're already getting their money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I can totally agree. Third party, you know, we have all that stuff going for us.
And fourth party.
And
Yep,
fourth party,
and fourth party.
and then third party knockoff, and whatever.
With the third party being around, it just basically feels like we already have that, like it already has been outsourced, even though it's not really being done on an official level. You know, but third party's been around for years, so it kind of just feels like it's like that anyway. You know.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think like, let's say they outsourced it to a company that can put stuff in the brick and mortar stores for a good price. I mean, do you think, I mean, the whole push for this in the past, like in discussions on like SCU and things like that, is they're like, I wish Hasbro would outsource so we could get some good figures on the shelves. You know what I mean? And I know that statement can rub some people the wrong way, depending on what your sensibilities are. But I'm starting to think like, if they did outsource it, do you think people would be able to stick to the same price point and put out what we think is a better quality product? I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be, right? So I'm not sure anymore.
And I think on the shelf is becoming, you know, it's going to have its day. So a lot of our stuff is now being bought online.
Yep.
So it's like going licensing and trying to get a licensing product to put stuff on shelves for a good price. It's just not going to be there in the next, 5 to 10 years.
And it turns out, that these stores are dictating what the price point is, what the sizes are, and stuff like that as well. It's not just like up to Hasbro. So,
See, but do you think like so the licensing thing, you know, these, let's say third party companies were going to start to license from Hasbro. Obviously, they have to pay a fee, which is basically a raise in production costs for them. So do you think, and you see already how much we pay for these third party figures. So on one hand, you know, it's like, okay, that's just going to make these figures more expensive. But do you think like with them being aligned officially with Hasbro, that they'll be able to give us the same quality stuff at like maybe a cheaper price just because it is official?
I think it might get worse because they're paying their licensing fees and the price point is going up. They're just going to find other ways to fucking cut corners, and we're just going to get cheaper shit, just like we do with the licensed shit that's coming out already. So I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I see that.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, imagine, you know, Fans Toys and Hasbro teaming up. We wouldn't get the same quality figures that we do from Fans Toys as we do now. Definitely not. And I'm sure they would tack, you know, plenty more money on that, you know, a less quality figure for more money.
And I think that licensing is really expensive too, which adds to the price of those statues. And I remember, like, do you remember the Dreamwave like fiasco? Like when the books started not showing up and things like that. I heard that basically they were not making enough copies. Well, besides, you know, whatever underhandedness was going on Pat Lee's side, but I heard that they were just not making enough dough to pay Hasbro that license, or they had to pay the license so they couldn't pay their artists and stuff like that. I mean, do your own research. I might not be the authority on that, but that's what I heard. Like they just couldn't afford to make books to sustain that.
I just think like with the licensing with action figures, like Marvel figures, like those type of figures, it works because the cost is not like making of that toy is not as much as what it would take to make a Transformers toy.
Right.
So like, you know, there's a lot more cost to making a Transformers toy than a regular just action figure. So it's just not there for a company to license from Hasbro and make a Transformer toy and keep those costs down to where it's they could pay the license and do all the R&D and the design and everything like that for making a Transformer toy.
Yeah, and arguably too, like Hasbro making Marvel Legends and Black Series. Remember, they are making somebody else's product. Like, you know what I mean? So maybe they're putting more into it.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know. Never mind. I couldn't come up with the right analogy, but.
But like Hasbro taking Star Wars over, it's like they're making those toys for Star Wars, so they want to keep that. Like they don't want to lose that, so their efforts there. Obviously, Star Wars is more popular than Transformers, so it's just shelf space at stores are getting very competitive. It's not like when the first movie Transformers came out, they had the whole shelf, they had the whole aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't see that these days. You don't see Transformers taking more of a dominance in the shelves in stores. So you got your Marvel universe putting out. You got Turtles is coming to an end because of all this. It's closing off. But then you got Star Wars, and that Star Wars aisle, it takes up the whole aisle. It's the whole damn aisle. So it's going to be there for the next
Cars.
6 years.
Like if you notice, like in the stores, even Cars has its own freaking aisle, man. Like Jesus, man.
So I think these days for brick and mortar stores, it's just those aisles are getting very competitive. It's hard to find Transformers in stores, and it's a damn shame because it used to be the whole aisle that you could find a lot of shit, especially when the movie starts coming out. Now it's like they didn't even grow the aisle; they just kept the same space in most of these stores when the movie stuff came out. So it's like I don't know how they're gonna do it. So I think they're gonna probably do an end cap when the movie comes out. Just have the end cap the same space and not even take up a whole aisle of stuff. But
it's horrible. I think Dust in the chat just recently was talking about. I think he saw some of the movie figures, just the Transformer stuff in general, and they didn't even have 3 feet of shelf space in the aisle. That's pitiful.
And then I know they sent out an article because when they did the release for the movie figures, they said they were going to restock all the RID stuff and the Generation Titan Wars, Titan Return stuff. So but they never did. They never did. So
they were late on the date too, right?
And later on the date,
yeah, they were late. It was supposed to be the 27th or 28th or something, right?
But I'm sure that has to do with also how lazy the stores are to push out their product. But
yeah.
Either way,
what they need is a fucking skid raider. That's what they fucking put that shit out for them. You know what I'm saying?
There you
go. One of my good friends, he lives in Rhode Island, and of course we know that's where their home base is, Hasbro. He he collects Transformers, Lego, all that kind of stuff. For the Transformers, anything made by Hasbro is completely barren. Any of the shelves, Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, any of the retailers, you cannot find anything. Star Wars, Transformers, the Marvel stuff. He says that they're always empty. So it's like,
well, do you think that's because there's no fiction out for some of this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it's really targeting adults more, if you ask me, than it is children, even with the Combiner War stuff and all that, because there's no fiction out for it.
Right. I think that definitely plays a big part in it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have the new season came out though, right? The new Combiner Wars season's coming out.
Yeah, the RID Combiners.
Yeah, and they're having their debut, right? The debut of the Combiners on that. So there's a little bit of exposure there for the younger kids and for us, because we're big kids, right?
Yeah.
And that's a cartoon or what?
It's a cartoon, RID. Yeah.
Our kids.
But the funny thing is that the Rescue Bots cartoon is more popular than the RID cartoon.
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was gonna say, I mean, are kids even watching cartoons like action figure age kids?
That's it. You're absolutely right.
I mean, the Rescue Bots are popular because that's for the real little kids, and the parents just want to park the kid in front of the thing, go do this while I jerk off or whatever. I mean, but the action figure age kids, I don't know, what are they, 5 and up or whatever, but
Note to self: don't leave your kids with Brian.
Yeah. They I mean, are they reaching them other ways? Like I'm watching YouTube videos and these mobile app Transformer games which have the Titans Return characters in it keep popping up and stuff like that. You think they're reaching them that way?
Well,
the commercials and stuff. I don't know.
Well, Brian, I have a godson, right? So I try to get him into the Transformers. I think I bought him one or two here and there. And the last time he was here, I think I showed him one, and he was like, "I don't like that." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "It's boring." So he'd rather watch Ninja Turtles or whatever fucking funky shit they have on TV these days than even attempt to watch the Transformers that's on TV right now. So
even the RID stuff. He doesn't even like the RID stuff.
I don't know if he's tried that, but I know he's attempted the Rescue Bots, and he didn't care for it at all.
Really? That's too, like, how old is he though? Because that Rescue Bot stuff is
6.
6
years old. Yeah.
I think he'd be cool with RID at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kids now these days have a short attention span. So like with Transformers, especially like the older Transformers, the complication of transformation was always a problem with regards to kids because their attention span in trying to transform a toy is not there. It's just not there.
My attention span's not even there. Fuck out the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like for kids, it's even worse. So like at the end of the day, I think what's happening is that Hasbro notices this. They're making it simpler Transformers, but you're still competing with like that short attention span, and they just want something that they can pay attention to for a couple of minutes and just go on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult because I think it's a dying. I think that action figures is a dying thing coming to our youth because they're more interested in electronics. They're more interested in the iPads, watching videos. YouTube, and that's about it. Like they're
very tech savvy kids now.
Yeah, and then anything that's like little fidget, like the fidget spinners. It's like any like little thing like that pops up, they're all over it, and then that's what they want.
Yeah.
And it's like why can't you just enjoy a nice toy like a Transformer? My attention span is not that long enough to enjoy a toy like that.
Yeah.
But I think the fiction is not there with regards to it. Just doesn't suit them anymore in this day of age because they're just so much other things out there that can get their attention, and they're on to the next thing.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I have a colleague who has just gotten his second kid 2 years ago, and he's like, he's buying them Legos, and the kids are raised to save up their own money, and they buy themselves Legos. So they have a long span, and they are all about tinkering and doing stuff. So he brought them with him when he visited me, and he wanted to show him some Transformers too, and he liked the Autobots. So that could be a kid that really likes Transformers, but
right.
But I guess otherwise, you're absolutely right. They're all about techniques. I mean, most of the kids nowadays are having their first smartphone, like what, 8 to 10 or something like that?
Yeah, it's just
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just a different era. It's not, you don't got those good Saturday morning cartoons like we had growing up. It's just different. Everything on demand.
When I was 10 years old, I was sitting in the sand eating sad sand. Matchbox, like grinding tunnels and parking lots and playing with shit.
Dude, remember using like toilet paper rolls and the this? Oh
yeah,
man,
taping
I
them
long
together.
for the sandbox now. Oh, it was great.
Like a lot of kids are they're super tech savvy nowadays, and they spend a lot of time on the phones and stuff. Like with my daughter, she gets a limited amount of time, like on some devices and stuff. Like so, there's a time I say, that's it. Cut it off right there. And speaking of cutting off, segue into that, you guys. We've been going quite a while here, and the show's going to end in probably another 7 more minutes or so. But we're going to do some shout outs in the chat. So, Jose, you want to check that out? See who's up in the chat, and we'll shout them out.
Yeah, no doubt. And thanks for popping in, guys. It's a pleasure as always. You guys are part of the show as well. So, shout out to Cabalta, BZ Fresh. We had Night of Ren up in there. Sunday Heat. Happy birthday, brother. Hope
Happy
you had a good
birthday, brother!
Birthday Heat.
Happy birthday,
You
brother.
Philly motherfucker, you. Happy birthday.
We had a John Yost in the chat. Rusta Mus was up in there. EE Crime. We had Paul L. P. Shrek. Lionel Medina in the chat. What's up, man? Bobby Skullface popped in there. What's up, man?
Nice.
Showing some love.
Bobby.
Showing some love to the Hangout crew. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, Bobby, you got that sand out of your shorts yet, or what?
Dolcar Toys and stuff, and Cho was up in there. So thanks for popping in, guys. We really appreciate the love. Thank you.
Nice. Cool. Well, let's do some outros. I'm going to pick Mr. Davey Boy. Davey Boy's going to do some outros.
Oh, yay. No. All right. What we got first? I'm going to go with Tim. Tim, it's like, what, 3:30 in the morning right now?
Yep, 3:30. He's got to be up in an hour and a half of work.
Let us know where you're at.
An hour and a half.
Where are you at? Where can we find you?
I have my Instagram at Figure Photography Crate. I'm doing small photo reviews and like outside shots and single shots. Hit me up there, can chat all the while. Facebook, also at Figure Photography Crate. Same thing, pretty much. So hit me up. Thanks for having me. Always fun with you guys.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Tim.
Yeah, thanks for popping
Thanks for
up,
making
brother.
the effort. Yeah.
Thanks for staying up late, brother.
Yo, JD, tell them where you're at.
You can find me on Facebook at JD Brocious, or you can find me on Instagram if you want to watch or look at some pretty tattoos or some nerdy shit at Pigment Surgery.
Dope.
All right.
Big Dom, Dingleberry.
Yeah.
You at?
I'm at on Facebook at Dominic Grasso, and here with you guys on Tuesday nights.
Yes, man. Thanks for coming, Dom. It's always nice to have you.
Awesome.
It's good.
Mr. Brian Brink.
What's up, guys? Brian Brink in the Facebook groups and Brinkalizer on Instagram. And I think we have Figure Banging tomorrow.
Really?
Wait,
Wow.
isn't it Instalizer on Brinkagram?
Instalizer on Brinkagram.
The canoe came into port.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, really.
You're not super dimensional on IG?
Nope.
Oh,
But yeah, so Figure Banging tomorrow night, I think 9:30 on the Realm of
Ish.
Collectors YouTube channel. 9:30-ish, yeah. We'll see.
Cool.
Joselito, my brother from the Bronx, what up? Where you at?
What's up, guys? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Xbox Live, and the PlayStation Network, all at Harrican BX. And you can find me co-hosting the Hangout every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Realm Collectors YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
That guy's so cool, I swear to God. I love him. And Energon Addict, find me on Instagram, Energon_Addict. Find me on Facebook under the alias David Cologne. And catch me here on Tuesdays hanging out with the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, man. I think you're going to take fucking Matt's job, man.
There you go. They took my job.
Okay.
I think somebody got replaced.
Jilly Bud's got her Hawkeye on him right now, so
Yeah, right.
he wants to have fun. We ain't having fun. All right. Last but not least, I guess it's moi. This guy right here, the Canadian boy, Tommy Barricade, in all the groups, IG, Facebook, even on Twitter. I'm a twit-head now, I guess. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah. So, everybody, reminder to everyone out there, check out the Realm of Collectors website, www.realmofcollectors.com. There you can check out the community and what's going on. Guys are posting up pics. You guys can see the selected picks that Jay Ruse had picked on the Enter the Realm show. That's our flagship show. That's every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. On the website, you can check out the rock gear. I guess you guys have a liquidation now on some of those rock packs and stuff like that.
Rock packs are gone. Rock packs are
Oh, they're
Sold
gone now.
out. Yep.
Oh, they're gone. Sold out. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
I guess there'll be some new merchandise
Yep.
sometime soon.
I think they're still.
Coming
You guys will all
soon.
be.
Yeah, I think they're
You'll be
still.
all informed about that.
Yep,
So?
still glasses and beanies out there.
All right. Okay. Don't forget to check out the Cool Table Network on all social medias. It's a network of like-minded podcasts, like our flagship, Enter the Realm. Other podcasts in the Cool Table Network are Shattercast Uncut, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Plastic Fanatics, Figure Banging, 8 Weeks in Beer, and Bolters 40K, and more. And we are now up on iTunes for the peeps that can't watch the show. You can listen to it in your car or whatever it is. And thanks to Ace Milo for getting that fucking shit kick-started right there. And you guys, thanks for coming on tonight. Be good this fucking week. Don't get any in trouble. Fuck, okay? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we are the
Don't do
ROC.
anything you would either.
That's right. We are the ROC, baby. We ain't going nowhere, so you better get to know us, motherfuckers. Live and relax. Love and relax. Peace
Later,
out.
guys. See you next week.
Take care.
Later.
Later.
Later.